I'm David Boston. I'm a foster parent with St. Francis Ministries. Graduated from Wichita State University with a degree in elementary education. I taught for 8 years, taught elementary school 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then someone suggested that I go into administration. I reluctantly did. I didn't want to do that because I love teaching, being in the classroom. So I decided I'm going to try it. And so I went back to Baker University and got my master's in school leadership. While I was doing that, another opportunity came up because being an administrator is hard. It's challenging, it's very hard. And I began to lose myself in that position. And so this position came open, the behavior intervention specialist. Oh, that's me. Because I get to work hands-on with the kids every day. I get to work with kids who are struggling and challenged every day. I get to build positive relationships with those kids. So I accepted that position at this school at Enders, and this is my 4th year in that position. I wanted to be a foster parent because my grandmother was a foster parent. But I was single, and I didn't think I could, right? Until I called, and they said, oh yeah, you're single, you can do foster care. So that was my door open. So this was back in the 90s. But my motivation was always wanted to give back. Well, I think it's important to advocate for foster care because of the need. There's a huge need. It's like teaching, it's like being in education. It's challenging, but it's yet rewarding, right? But the rewards really outweigh the challenges. I think back in the day, foster parents were put in a square, right? Like I said, I'm single and I'm a foster parent. So you can be single, you can be married, you can have your own kids and still take foster kids. It could be your first time with kids. It doesn't matter what your lifestyle is, if you can provide a loving home and a safe home, genuinely loving home, and a genuinely safe home for some kids, there's kids for you. The rewards are awesome. The fact that I'm making a difference in the life of a child, the fact that I get to show a child or another human being genuine love, right? The fact that I get to show a kid who thinks he's nothing, I get to let him know that he is somebody. Those are the rewards, and the rewards are endless, right? And they carry that, when they leave your house. And I get so many calls from former foster kids who are in their 20s now. I had them when they were 15. Or 12, but now they're 20 and they're calling me, letting me know how their life is going and how they're good. And the majority of them are really successful. They're really successful. They have good wives and families, or they have good jobs or whatever, So the majority of them are really successful. So the fact that they call back and want to still keep in touch with me and keep that relationship going, that's huge. What I would say to people about kids in foster care is not to stereotype them. There's a stigma that goes along with kids in foster care, and they're not all the same. They're not all mean, they're not all angry, they're not all quote unquote bad kids. They're different. Every kid is different. Every kid has their own story. And so I spent a lot of time trying to dispel that and try to delete that stigma about that. And so it's gotten better, but we still have some work to do by letting the world know that foster kids are individuals, just like we're individuals. So the inspiration of the book came from, this is my 23rd year with Wichita Public Schools. And I've always wanted to write a book. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to write a children's book. But that inspiration came from the children that I interacted with, right? Because I did learn, working with the more challenging kids, my question was why? Why do they behave like that? And so learning through conversation with them, through dialogue with them, the majority of the kids were acting like that because there was no validation at home. There was no positive attention at home or in the neighborhood or the community. All they got was negative attention. And so some kids, they figure any attention is better than none. Man, if we make kids feel important and let them know that they are important, that really curtails a lot of that negative behavior. Because if I don't feel like I matter to you, then why should I care about my behavior? All the boys in my house have read the book. I didn't make them read it, but they have read the book because I want them to know that they matter to me.